Hi friends, today we see types of buildings. According to National Building Code of India 1970, the buildings on the basis of occupancy are classified into various groups. The groups are as follow: Group A, residential buildings, in which all those buildings in which sleeping accommodation is provided for resi- residing permanently or temporarily with or without looking or dining or both facilities are termed as residential building. Example of residential buildings are apartments, flats, bungalows, private houses, hotels, hostels, clubs, etc. These buildings are further subdivided into five groups, that are A1 lodging houses, A2 family private houses, A3 dormitories, A4 flats, and A5 hotels. Next group of building is Group B, educational buildings. All those buildings which are meant for educational purpose from nursery to university are included in this group. Example of educational buildings are schools, colleges, universities, training institute, etc. Then group C, institutional buildings. This group include any building or part thereof which is used for the purposes such as medical, health, recovering health after illness, physical or mental diseases, care of infants or aged persons, penal detention, etc. These buildings normally provide sleeping accommodation for the occupants. Next group is Group D, that is assembly buildings. This group include any building or part or a building where groups of people assemble or gather for various works, recreation, social, religious, patriotic, or similar purposes. For example, theaters, cinema halls, museums, gymnasiums, restaurants, place of worship, dance halls, clubs, passenger stations, public transportation services, open air theaters, and swimming pools. Group E, that is business buildings. This group include any building or part or a building which is used for purposes such as transaction of business, keeping of accounts and records, etc. Dispensaries and clinics, banks, city halls, court halls, and libraries. Next group is Group F, mercantile buildings. This group include any building or part of a building which is used for shops, stores, market, for sale and display of product, or views either wholesale or retail. Next group is Group G, industrial buildings. This group includes any building or part of a building or structure in which product of different kinds and properties are fabricated, assembled, or processed. For example, laboratories, assembly plants, laundries, gas plants, power plants, refineries, and milk dairies. Group H, storage buildings. This group include those building structures which are primarily used for the storage structures which are primarily used for the storage or sheltering of goods, waves or merchandise vehicles or animals. For example, warehouses, cold storage, storehouses, transit sheds, truck terminals, and garages. Next group is hazardous building. This group include those buildings which are used for the storage, handling, manufacturing or processing of materials which are liable to burn with extreme rapidity and prove hazardous to human health. Building or building contents. Hazards may be due to fire, poisonous fumes or gases, explosions, ignition, etc. from materials subjected to various operations. Buildings used for storage of gases under high pressure or for storage and handling of highly flammable liquids or explosives, fireworks, etc. are included in this group. Next is component part of building. The buildings basically consist of three parts, namely foundations, second is plinth, and third is superstructure. Foundation is it is the lowest artificially prepared part below the surface of the surrounding ground which is in direct contact with substrata and transmit all the loads to the ground or soil below the ground. Plinth Plinth is the middle part of the structure above the surface of the surrounding ground up to the surface of the floor immediately above the ground. Its function in the building is same as of substructure in the case of the bridges. And third one is superstructure. Superstructure is that part of the structure which constructed above the plinth level, that is above ground level. Next one is structural component parts of building. A building in general made of the following structural component. First is foundation. Each of these component is an essential part of a building and requires consideration in design and construction for their functional performance. The components are foundation, plane, walls and piers in superstructure, ground, basement and upper floors, doors and windows, seals, lintel and weathered shades, roofs, steps and stair, finishes for walls, and last is utility fixtures. We see first foundation. The foundation is the most critical part of any structure, and most of the failure is probably due to faulty foundations rather than any other cases or cause. The purpose of foundation is to transmit the anticipated loads safely to the soil. The basic requirements of foundation are: first is to distribute the total load coming on the structure over a large bearing area so as to prevent it from any movement. Second is to load the bearing surface or area at a uniform rate so as to prevent any unequal settlement. Third is to prevent the lateral movement of the structure. Fourth one is to secure a level or firm natural bed upon which to lay the course of masonry and also support the structure. And last is to increase the suitability of the structure as a whole so as to prevent it from overturning or sliding against wind, rain, etc. Next structural component is plinth. Plinth is the portion of structure between the surface of the surrounding ground and surface of the floor immediately above the ground. As per bylaws, the plinth should not be less than 45 centimeter. The basic requirement of the plinth are: first is to transmit the load of the superstructure to the foundation. Second is to act as a retaining wall so as to keep the filling portion below raised floor or the building. Third is to protect the building from damp or moisture penetration into it. And last requirement is it enhances the architectural appearance of the building. Third component is walls and piers in superstructure. The primary function of wall is to enclose space. A load bearing wall in the superstructure should satisfy the following requirements, that are strength, stability, weather resistance, fire resistance, heat insulation, sound insulation, privacy and security. Fourth component is ground, basement and upper floors. The main function of a floor is to provide support of occupant, furniture and equipment of a building, and the function of providing different floors is to divide the building into different levels for the purposes of creating more accommodation within the limited space. Thus, floors should satisfy basic functional requirement as strength and stability, dampness, then heat insulation and sound insulation and fire resistance. Fifth component is doors and windows. The main function of doors in a building is to serve as a connecting link between internal parts and also to allow the free movement outside the building. Windows are generally provided for the proper ventilation and lighting of building. The functional requirements are weather resistance, sound and thermal insulation, damp prevention and termite proofing, fire resistance and durable, privacy and security. Sixth component is seals, lintels and weather shades. Window seals are provided between the bottom of window frames and wall below to protect the top of wall from wear and tear. The actual frame of door or window is not strong enough to support the weight of the wall above the opening, and a separate structural element has therefore been introduced. This is known as lintels and is similar to a beam. Feather shades are chhajjas generally combined with lintels of windows to protect from the weather elements such as sun, rain, etc. Next is roofs. A roof is the uppermost part of the building whose main function is to enclose the space and to protect the same from the effect of weather elements such as rain, sun, wind, heat, snow, etc. A good roof is just as essential as a safe foundation. The basic requirements of roof are: first is strength and stability, second is weather resistance, third is heat insulated, fourth one is sound insulation, fifth is fire resistance, sixth is daylighting, that is they provide daylight in buildings with large floor area, that are industrial buildings through windows in the roof. Next component is steps and stairs. A stair is a structural component consist of number of steps leading from one floor to another. The main functions of stairs are to provide means of communication between the various floors for everyday use and to escape from upper floors in the case of fire. The requirement of stairs are strength and stability. The stairs should be strong and stable enough to carry the anticipated loads. Then fire resistance, sound insulation, weather resistance, comfort and convenience. Proper design and proper location of steps in a building offer several advantages such as comfort and efficiency in vertical movement, natural light and ventilation, safety in emergency, etc. Finishes for walls. Next component is finishes for walls. The finishes of several types such as pointing, plastering, painting, types such as dis- decorative colors, washing, etc. applied on the walls. The main function of finishes for walls are: one is protect structures from the sun, rain, snow, etc. Second is provide a true, even and smooth finished surface and also to improve the aesthetic appearance of the structure. Next is rectify, rather cover to some extent the poor or defective workmanship, and last is cover up the unsound and porous materials used in the construction. Last component is utility fixtures. These are the built in items of an unmovable nature which add considerably to the utility of a building, and hence utility fixtures. The most common of such building fixtures are cupboards, smokeless stalls, etc. These features are generally provided in the recesses for storing valuable articles, clothes, etc. The recesses in the wall structures reduces its strength, so they are avoided in the modern construction of houses. Thank you.